back, guys.
Hi.
We have a very special guest in the studio today.
Yes, we do. It is my very good friend and also a very good comic and wonderful person, Miss Kelly Ryan.
Woo!
Yay!
Hi.
Plug your new pod.
Oh, the new pod. It's called Hold Your Peace. It's with my darling husband. Kristin was just on it the other day.
I was literally on it like 4 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very, very fun. It
It was
was
fun.
I've been really enjoying the clips.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've been really enjoying the clips
Great.
of you guys. You guys have such good chemistry. I was like, I love married duo podcasts. Like, I'm such a huge fan of them because I love watching that dynamic. Having parents who were also creatives together. Like,
Yeah.
there's something so, like, I watch it, I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm like,
It
I
has
love it.
Oh,
like a
thanks.
very like 2020s not problematic Roseanne vibe to it. Honestly, it's the best way I could describe like the general
That's so
vibe.
funny.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Well, it's funny because so you didn't know this because you left and then we did the intro.
Uh-huh.
We had gotten to one hell of a tiff before we
Oh.
left. It was my fault.
Oh,
it was my fault. It
no.
was my fault. And so like the whole way there, I'm like, trying to like hold his hand. And I'm like trying to be like, like if we could just make sure the energy when we go in there, I know I'm a dumb bitch, but like if we could just make sure that everything is in there is fine. And you came in with the best energy and it was so fun. And it was so whatever that we did get to laugh about it and talk about it on the intro of it. But I
didn't even notice.
that's
I
fantastic.
didn't even
What
notice.
professional?
Yeah, well, because I bottle things up and then I snap at things that are completely unrelated.
Okay, well, what's your sign?
Taurus.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
and what's
yeah.
he?
He's a Leo.
Oh.
So he does not like to feel like anything's his fault. He doesn't like anyone to be mad at him. He doesn't like to whatever. He's a very,
Yes.
he loves words of affirmation, like that kind of a thing. So for me to snap, it like fully
Shook him.
hurts his feelings.
Oh.
And, yep, see, exactly. I know that I'm the problem.
He doesn't strike me. Honestly, it's so funny because when I think of Bruce, I don't think of someone who gets hurt feelings.
That's
he strikes
yeah.
me as somebody.
I don't know. I could kind of see he has sensitive energy. Like,
Yeah,
he comes off very like I could see he's got like good heart energy.
He was
You know what I
horrified
mean?
to learn that he has been mispronouncing my name for about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, when we got home, he literally was like Chirico, like trying to retrain his.
You gave him a
his
stim.
brain.
Well, so what happened
You
was
gave him a tick.
yeah, I did do that. First thing on our agenda though, which I did not tell you about, but I kind of just want like your like off the cuff reaction to this because you know a lot of the players involved in this.
Okay.
We weren't going to revisit any Ned Fulmer stuff.
Are you familiar with Ned Fulmer and the lore?
Only through you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no. And then I forget what we had talked about, but I went down some rabbit hole of the guy.
Okay, so you're filled in.
If you want to do a brief recap in case.
Oh, everyone knows. Everyone watching this knows.
Us being you posting that one of the schoolies commented on his stand-up clip. We did a whole recap episode a few months ago where we talked about how somebody gave Kristin some very good advice where it was like, even on your worst day, like just remember, like at least you're not Ned Fulmer. And somebody commented that on his stand-up clip.
It's
the top comment. And the way that I literally saw that and I fell out of my chair. I was like, our impact.
It's a top comment, I know. But anyway, I didn't want to go back to this because I feel like it's like
beating a dead horse.
beating a dead horse.
I
But
don't
it's
know,
like
the horse sometimes gets revived.
unfortunately, it was like he kind of like he wandered into my backyard, and so unfortunately,
He also like has a humiliation kink at this point. Like I think
he
he's
wandered
into it.
into this, not in a physical sense.
no.
Okay.
I don't have a backyard. I'm not
Okay.
rich. I'm not rich, Kelly. I'm not a wealthy woman. Okay.
That would fully be on the public story if Ned Fulmer randomly walked into your fucking yard.
But anyway, so Ned Fulmer did a video where he tried stand-up for the first time.
Good.
That was kind of how I felt about it.
And I saw clips of this because I see the thing. The first thing I saw was the clips of people making fun of it, and I was just like, "That's mean. I'm sure the jokes aren't that bad." And then I found out they're actually just verbatim recreations of the jokes. Like people are just retelling the same jokes.
No, they're not jokes.
No, they're not good. And it's like I wasn't gonna talk about this, but unfortunately, it's like. If ever he talks about anything else, is like a special interest of mine. Like if for some reason, like he's also a Native person. we can talk about that then too. So like this is a special. I'm just saying, this is gonna be
Finding out his reconnecting native would send me.
that would be wild. I don't think that's gonna happen. But if for some reason that happens, we will talk about that then too. But I'm just saying that like us talking about Ned, this is a one more one-off. We're not planning on doing this again. But yeah, so Ned made a video where he tried stand-up for the first time. A few things about this video. So I found out because like he did like an open mic, I want to say in like a restaurant in North Hollywood, and like
Where we all know dreams
Girl.
go to flourish.
girl. He brought 4 camera people to this open
That alone is so funny.
two sound guys to this open mic.
He brought sound?
Brought sound guys.
The 4 cameras is killing me.
Open mic.
I know, and I literally was just because when I heard that, I was just like, oh my god, you would have had a better chance winning over this crowd if you'd pooped your pants and walked in.
Like, sorry, and what does he actually do again?
He's a YouTuber.
YouTuber.
He's
okay.
a YouTuber, but like it's not going well.
He also was like the whole reason he like came into like any sort of like cultural knowing is that like he was a part of the Try Guys, which was on BuzzFeed, and then he had this whole like clean guy image, like I'm the married guy with the wife. Turns out he had an affair.
Oh,
He came out about it in a way that was like he made a video about it, and in the video he's like he doesn't even really look sorry. He's like dead faced, and he's just like, I did this, and I know it was wrong, and like
the enough with the apology videos. Enough.
you can
Okay.
you can put up a statement on your Instagram stories. Like I don't need a video.
My problem is that you too many people set up the camera. You're setting up a camera to cry on camera. Hilarious. Hilarious. Because you know that in the apology videos, people set up the camera, they record it, and they go, that's not the take. You have to do it over and over and over again to get the right shot
Oh
of
my
you going, I
God.
shouldn't have fucked someone besides my wife.
And then the crazy part is you then go back and you have to watch it in post.
You need to watch it in post.
You have to watch it and you have to edit it.
You have to watch it in post.
That's the most,
So anyway.
that's the part that fucking boggles my
I
mind.
know.
As somebody who edits this shit and I watch myself crying all the time and I go, bitch, you couldn't have pulled it together for an hour? Fucking hell.
Listen, I think it's funny. I feel like watching this video as a person who has made a ton of videos about trying things and who has made a whole career out of that. It's interesting watching this from like an analytical perspective for a few reasons. Because like here's the thing. Obviously, Ned Fulmer was never going to be good at stand-up for like a bunch of reasons. He's not funny. He's not talented. He can't write. He's not likable. Everyone hates him. He's nothing interesting to say. Nothing bad has ever happened to him. Isn't self-inflicted.
And that
Should I
bio
keep
on
going?
his,
Yeah.
that bio, you know that verbatim.
Yeah. He brought 4 cameras to an open mic.
Yeah.
He can't write jokes. I don't know. I'm 9 now. I guess we.
Self-exposed himself on field.
Yeah, he makes bad choices, but
Yeah.
not like funny ones.
Not funny. ones.
But like there's a whole there's like a lot of reasons why he was never going to be good at stand up.
Yeah.
And I think that like when you're making try videos, at least like in a classical sense, the idea is that you're not going to be good at the thing, right?
Right.
And so in that thing, in the not being good at it, you acquire a greater appreciation for the art form. And it's a very likable, interesting journey, and you grow a little bit. You know,
Let me guess, but not for Ned.
Not
but-
for net.
But the problem,
No.
the problem with him doing these videos now, though, is that like in order for these videos to work, you have to be sort of someone that everyone knows is making a living on YouTube. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not like he's trying to find a new job to do. It's like now it just seems sad. Now it just seems like, oh, you're not good at this either.
Add
Dang.
it to the list.
Yeah.
Now it's just another thing he can't do.
Marriage,
But it's
career.
like he also did the thing where he tried to be a
fidelity.
bartender, and it was just like, God, dude, you can't do anything, can you? It's like it doesn't like the same.
The try guy is more like the fail guy.
Well, it's exactly the formula of
Flop guy.
the formula of not being good at something and then slowly like developing an appreciation for it. Like that arc doesn't work when people don't like you. And when
Yeah.
the job you're trying to do, which is YouTuber, isn't going well.
And you fundamentally have zero self-awareness. I mean, that's the other part is
Yeah.
like when you looked at the set, he was like, and I cheated on my wife. Bam! Haha. Like, and everyone was like,
one of his
what?
jokes was just like, I used to be famous because I was on one of the Try Guys. I guess one of the things I shouldn't have tried is cheating on my wife.
what? And so
And then it cuts to people in the hallway because all the seats are being taken up by the 4 camera guys.
Okay, so he's trying to remind the audience why he's relevant. They don't know who he is.
No,
and then
they don't care.
And then he reveals that he cheated on his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because step 1, get him on your side.
Yeah. That man, it just gets more and more embarrassing.
Kelly, literally, I watched this and like I watched this video with through my fingers. Because I was just like, it was like if I was to give someone advice like how to try out stand up, I don't know if it was just like in a lab. It was just it was like someone doing the opposite.
He does seem like someone who was built in a lab, though. I mean, that is like.
I mean, he also did something. It's just like this is such a weird thing, but he had a joke where he was just like, he also references like, oh, I guess, I work for BuzzFeed. He had some joke where he was like, 10 reasons why you shouldn't publicly cheat on your wife. Which is like, bro, it's like a Tim Heidecker attempting to bomb on purpose joke.
Oh,
like
my
that's.
God.
But the thing that actually really pissed me off about this, that is so stupid. It's so me to be mad about this. Is that BuzzFeed didn't make top 10 lists. In our style guide, we specifically made lists that were odd numbers, large odd numbers. And the reason for that is because by the time BuzzFeed came around, top 10 lists were already cliche because David Letterman had been doing them for like 20 fucking years. So like explicitly, very explicitly, we did not do top 10 lists. And I'm like, dude, you worked there for like most of the part of a decade and you don't fucking know our house style.
Yeah, that's not BuzzFeed at all.
No,
yeah, BuzzFeed is what macaroni shape are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Kelly. But like,
which U.S. president are you most likely gonna fuck?
I mean, those are my quizzes.
I know. So I'm calling back.
I know. I actually did make that quiz. That is real. But it was also just kind of like, and I know that his argument would be like, well, it makes a joke work better if it's top 10 list. Well, the joke doesn't work at all. No. So it doesn't really matter. It just like.
Before we get granular, it's gonna bomb no matter what.
The joke doesn't fucking work. But it was just like, oh God, dude, it's like, come on, man. It was like you had one job and it's act like someone who actually worked here and not just a guy who existed on his own little like fucking entitlement island. But like, yeah, it's gnarly. It's definitely, I don't know.
It's weird to is this what's strange to you is that someone that you're like, I want this person away from me, I want this whatever, is now coming into, which not that you're performing exclusively at restaurants in North Hollywood, but coming into kind of like your bubble, in your space, in your whatever.
Well, it doesn't bother me because it's like in order for you'd have to, it's like if honestly, it would be like if an asteroid hit Pluto. It would be like, that doesn't really apply to me. I'm on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get that far.
At what point do you just go away?
Yeah, do you just go away? And it's almost just like, how did you get here? That we still haven't found what you're good at.
Yeah.
Except humiliating yourself. That's the only through line. And it's like you
bizarre.
Occupy this bizarre space where it's like people, in theory, you could elicit some sympathy given your conditions, but you can't, but the public doesn't seem to respond to you that way. And it's fascinating that you occupy this space of like self-flagellation, humiliation, and still some chutzpah to keep trying. Like you're like, it doesn't.
But I think it also, I mean, this is how I'm going to I'm transitioning to this, but I do think that like, it's interesting to watch like a white man try stand up for the first time in this year of our Lord.
Yeah. Of 2026.
Because it's especially like a man who like comes from money, comes from privilege, his problems are mostly self-inflicted. It's kind of like, wow, actually like it does suck to not really have a lot to talk about, which is why I think that like, in a lot of ways, it is fun to be a woman in stand-up because at minimum, you have a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of shit to talk about,
Our life's a farce.
But like, that's kind of why we wanted to talk to you because like, Kelly, I feel like you are someone who like, you're very much a comedy girl's girl in my opinion.
Yes, I would agree.
Like, good.
I would
like, good. Yeah, this is where I publicly accuse Kelly of being bad to women. this podcast. No, but like I think that like you're like you are like really easy with advice. You're really easy with access. Like you're really like I think like you're just like really good at like kind of being like, oh, like more women need to come into this fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
bullshit.
not gatekeeping.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I try very hard to, I think, not convince, but make sure that women understand that they have a place in comedy, not as a woman in comedy, but as a comedian.
Yes.
Yes.
And like a lot of those times where you're, praised after a show, the notion is, oh, you were the funniest woman on there. You're the funniest, blah, blah, blah. And
Drives
like,
me fucking crazy.
yeah, it's like we don't have to always split it between the men and the women on the lineup. Like we are all under the same umbrella as comedian. And quite frankly, it's insulting if all you're doing is comparing me to the other woman on the lineup, because
Yeah.
I don't compare myself to just the other woman on the lineup.
Yeah.
No.
I want to be as funny as the funniest other person
Yeah.
on the lineup, however they identify or
Yeah.
what they look
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I want women to feel like they're not encroaching on the men's space.
Yeah.
That you can take up space without taking someone else's space.
Yeah.
This is
Does
true.
that make sense?
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Yeah. So like I should talk about how we met each other actually. So like I would say like a year ago, I was like very terrified to go to, like, so in case you don't know, there's like a bunch of clubs, comedy clubs, they exist, they're real. In LA, there's like 3 main ones. And the one that everyone kind of hangs out at is the store. The Comedy Store. When we talk about going to the store, it's usually what we're referring to. Although I have found that I have to specify, because I have said that to like normies, and they're like, "Why are you going to the store? It's like 11 p.m." And I'm like, "Well,
Civilians, yeah.
It's but and so I should talk about like how we met each other. So like about a year ago, I was like, I need to start actually going to like the store. I need to like stop being like weird and afraid of like that place. Because it is scary. It's a scary place to go.
Yeah.
It's still. I mean, even now, I feel like I do a lot of like. like a lot of just like internal, like if I scream in my head, I'm not screaming out loud, but I need to scream somewhere. But like I started doing Saturday night, like I want to say a year ago. No,
Yeah.
more than a year ago. It was April of last year, I say.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say maybe I don't even know. It doesn't matter. And I think like because like when I started showing up places, like kind of my MO was like, I am just going to walk into this room. Like I'm not going to. I have no like thing to stand on. If that makes sense. I'm not going to go into this room I'm not going to go into this room and be like, you may know me from this thing. Because like,
Right.
one, no one cares. And two, that's like the easiest way to get like a bunch of like angry comics, like to be mad at you.
Yeah.
Like that's like the fastest way to do that. And so I think that like, I kind of was just like, I am just gonna, so I think you were asking me questions because you were just like, how long have you been here? And I was like, 20 years. And you were just like, huh. Because I remember you asking me questions on stage after my first set and you being like, I don't understand, like, where did you come from?
Yeah. Well, because you clearly knew what you were doing, and it's always I got a little bit of not trouble, but like 2 weeks ago, I didn't get in trouble. I said something wrong by accident. Classic. But
Girl,
I
welcome
was
to this podcast. That's me on here every week.
I was trying to explain. So there was a woman that I got on stage that I hadn't seen before, and I was like, "Where did you go?" And she killed. And I was like, where'd you? I haven't seen you before. It's just shocking when I see a funny woman that I haven't gotten to see yet.
Yeah,
because
right.
whatever. And it just came out as like, oh, they still make people like you. Like it just didn't.
It landed bad.
It landed bad. It came off as like I didn't know that other funny women existed. It just didn't. Whatever. But it's shocking though, because I'm like, there aren't that many women, like even with like so many now coming in, like in the people starting, still there aren't that many of us.
People are afraid to come to the store.
Yeah.
I think women are afraid to come to the store.
Yeah, I think also too what you were probably picking up on with Kristin is that her level of polish.
Yeah.
How many I think there are a lot of young female comedians, but the brutality of stand up, it is
Yeah.
a meritocracy. Like it's sink or swim, and like you to be as good, I think, as not to toot your own horn too much, but like I think to be as good and as polished as you are at this stage is not something we see very often, just across the board. And
Yeah.
so like you would have come across somebody who maybe had more
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
than you do,
Yeah.
and like that's how you would have seen them or whatever. But because you are newer, but you are so good, it stood out.
Yeah. It was just
You weren't like, oh look, another funny clam.
no. No. It's exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, like, because to me, that's proof. The more that come to set of the night, I'm like, these are people that could try and get in at the store and kind of break up this, because the store, it is a boys club. Some people will be like, no, it's not. And you're like, okay, fucking kidding yourself. But yeah, I think that we're starting to create a little bit more of a space where, the girls, gays, theys, that they can come and feel comfortable and everything. But it does take everybody. Like, and I do think that the class that after, got passed in 2023, 2024, 2025, I do think that we are a very accepting group for the most part.
I think so too.
And so I'm excited to see how that changes as we all become more established and more whatever,
I think to your credit too, Kelly, like even as somebody who's like, I don't have the following that Kristin does, but like you met me through her, like at Molly Malone's one night, like we first met, like, and you've always just been like so genuinely nice. And like you've never, like, even though you know that like I'm a younger comic, I'm still like an open micer. Like I think it's so important to that legacy that you're kind of starting is like carried on forth. Cause there can be, I've noticed with like some comics with more time than me, like they're like, oh, you're an open micer. Like, it's like, ugh, you again, it's like, what do you want from me? That type of thing. And not that I was coming at you for something, if anything, just like girlhood. But the fact that you you were so opening and you were so welcoming, like that really does make a difference to a young comic. And I really appreciate it. And I invite more of the senior classmen to do that, because I think it really does make a difference in trying to change the tide for younger comics.
Yeah. Well, I think also,
female specifically,
like I've been in your spot.
Right.
I know exactly how it feels.
But some people forget.
Some people forget. Some people forget.
And want to forget. And the farther that they can distance themselves from that person and that person who they were, the easier it is for them to,
completely
not wake up and remember the horrors of being in a restaurant in North Hollywood with Ned Fulmer and 6 camera guys.
Well, yeah. And then they turn around and they're like, why don't the younger comedians, they don't want to talk to me. They're scared of me. They're whatever. And it's like, well, because you didn't really, not really putting off a welcoming energy at all. But I think that like, I've been in the position before of being a female open micer and understanding what that is like. But also like the open mic scene from when I was doing it is totally different from when you guys are doing it. Like right now, like when I was doing it, it was, I could run around and do 4 spots in a night, and it wasn't as competitive in regards to like each other. Like we were very like, we're all open, we're in this. But I think now that we have like the clips and the followers and the whatever, now there's like more competition amongst open micers than there was. And there's also not as many open mics. There's not as many spots.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just like 4.
Oh yeah. Like it was great. You could do so many in a night. And like you kind of had your open mic crew that you would hop around with and hit as many spots as you could. Now stage time is so precious and valuable that it's not the same energy. So I feel for you guys, because I'm like, it is way harder to climb the ranks than it was when I was doing it, because I could practice so much. Now it's like, unless you have a shit ton of followers, like, and you better be good by the time you hit the stage. Like, but also, how do you get good when you're not having as many spots? Like,
exactly.
It's hard.
That was going to be my question for you, is like, if you could go back in time and tell yourself when you first started a piece of advice, what would that be?
No, because funny is the number one. Right. Funny is the number one. Yeah. It is timeless. It is, it will, you can't age out of being funny.
Right.
That is true.
Everything else can come and go.
It's ephemeral, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like right now, there's big waves of what's happening on social media and the clips and all that stuff, and it is very important right now. But I don't know if that'll be the same thing in 5 years, especially with the way that social media is going and things are, are we going to be like, is this even real what we're watching?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just don't know. So, like, eh, being funny is always going to be the top priority. And I wish that I had spent more time maybe focusing on that versus oh, am I pretty enough? Am I,
Mm.
am I building the right connections with men? And like, there's just, I don't know. It's the one thing that lasts.
Yeah.
So that's what should be focused on. All the other stuff, you can figure it out.
Well, that makes me
along the
feel a
way.
lot better. That makes me feel a lot better. I didn't think that question was going to result in me feeling
Wow,
better.
we've been friends for 3 years. And it took one 15-minute conversation with Kelly.
oh, this is another one.
Oh.
This is another one. You will never be, it does not matter how many people tell you this. It does not matter if you are deemed as this from someone you like. You will never be in the boys club. It is never going to happen.
Wow.
Forget
Okay,
it.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Go.
I don't care how many men who secretly want to fuck you will tell you.
But what if I'm the biggest pick me ever?
Yeah, hey, I don't care if you show up in Converse every day and you wear a black t-shirt, no makeup, whatever. You will never be one of them. And there is joy in that. That is phenomenal.
That's freedom.
That's freedom. And once you let go of that idea, take it from someone who really was like, oh my gosh, like I want to be respected by men. I really wanted that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope that they see me as one of them. You're not. It doesn't matter if I kill up there or whatever. Like, yes, you want to be seen as another comic or whatever. But I think that there's a little bit of internalized misogyny in regards to stand-up, where it's like, oh, if the men accept me and I'm one of them, that means that I'm good. Because inherently in my mind, I've already docked that female comedians aren't as good as men. And that's something that you have to get over as a female comedian, is being like, I can stand on my own and be a powerful comedian as a female without it,
Yeah, and it's like impressing men, like the gender that leaves skid marks. It's like I mean, I feel like that's really good advice. I think that like as someone who men just don't like me as like a baseline, it's like whenever like I get like whenever a man decides to be nice to me, I'm just kind of like,
sus.
this is suspicious. Let's put a pin in that. Okay. No, like it feels wrong. It feels weird. I feel like it's like, I couldn't imagine having to build an entire personality around impressing people who like don't wear deodorant,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think that, so much of our psyche is around survival and around being chosen and all of those things. And I think that if you're accepted by men in comedy, in your mind, something that happens to a lot of people is they go, oh, my longevity. I can survive here longer because the men like me.
Right.
And if the men like me, then they're going to put me on their podcast. They're going to bring me
open
to
more doors for me.
Yeah, they're going to.
The gatekeepers have accepted me, and
Yes.
thus I will be kept within the gates.
Yes, because we're also told that the women that are higher up in comedy aren't rooting for other women because they don't want them to take their place.
Yeah.
Because what they've been told their entire career is that someone
scarcity
can
mice get.
take
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
There's only one woman spot,
Yeah.
and you better hold it down
Yeah.
and make sure nobody else can take it.
Yeah.
So then it's like, all right, well, if the woman's not going to help me, then I need the men to like me because they're the ones that can
Do
help
you
me.
find that that's the truth, though, in your experience with your upperclassmen? Have older female comedians been welcoming, or do you see that scarcity mindset still being strong within those upperclassmen?
I think that some of them are very welcoming and are like, if you're funny, then I want you up here with me.
Yeah.
Then I think some have fought in comedy in a different way than I could ever imagine.
Understand, yeah.
And they know that if, someone that does come up that looks exactly like them
Mhm.
can take their spot, I think that there's just
There's a fear.
there's a fear.
Looks
Yeah.
exactly like them is a big thing. I feel
Mhm.
like. I feel like that's why I think it's so funny that like you have a twin sister.
Yeah.
So just because it's like your biggest op is in your backyard.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
Your biggest op is under your own roof.
I know. It's crazy. Well, and it's why, like, I mean, I've dyed my hair her color before.
Mhm.
And first of all, it looks insane. I just want you to know, for some reason, Allie, my sister, has bleach blonde hair. When I do it, I look like I'm in a wig. And I look like I'm pretending to be my twin sister.
Or you guys are identical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, having much darker hair, it is wild because I've had darker hair than her since literally like
Right.
for so long. But people still on our videos. There's two of you because they know her way more. She has like over 200,000 followers.
Mm.
So like I'm the one that they're finding out
You're
about.
you're the secret.
Yeah, I'm the secret. Yeah. And everyone's always like, man, she seems like sadder than you.
You're like the backrooms version of Allie.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Clip it.
A lot of people. That is insane. But it is, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Backrooms Allie. I'm delicious.
Oh my God, that's so
I love
funny.
that movie.
Well, you'll fit right.
I'm just sorry. I loved it.
I did too. Listen.
Hot take. I liked it more than Obsession.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that is
know.
a very hot take.
Hot take. Oh, well, because I thought it was more artistic, I would say. Whereas Obsession, I also thought it was great. But I love the set design and everything of Backrooms.
I got
and
into
it
a
was
fight
great.
with my wife about that, actually. I got into a fight with Brie about that. We got into a fight because I said that I think that Backrooms, I think Obsession is more watchable. I think Backrooms is a greater artistic achievement by like a country mile. I think it's a landmark artistic achievement of this decade.
Yeah.
And she was just like, a 20-year-old made it. And I was like, okay, but I was like, I think that like we have never seen someone that age artistically reflect on living in the detritus of the failures of the 20th American century before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've certainly never seen it at that scale.
Mhm.
And we've certainly never seen it at that price point in terms of like how many people have seen this movie. And so like this is kind of like the first time that anyone has made art about that before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially commercial art about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been widely accepted and
Yes.
received so
Yes, and so
positively.
I think that like this is this feels like The Shining to me.
Yeah.
In terms of like it's like, but anyway, yeah, Brie was like, I disagree, and I was just like, well, then you can get out of the car.
Well, I'm
She
going
was
to be
just
really
like-
reasonable, and you can walk
She
home.
was just like, oh, have you seen did you read Dom DeLillo's White Noise? I was like, he's 1,000 years old. I don't care. I don't care what his opinion is on the 20th century. He lived for most of it. He gives a shit.
Oh yeah. But it's basically like when you have somebody that already looks like you. So there's another comedian, Catherine Ryan,
Mhm.
who, all right, we already have the same last name. Our names begin with the same letter.
Does she look like you?
No, not necessarily. Well,
Not
she
necessarily?
has not necessarily. She's a
Wait.
white woman with dirty blonde hair.
Hold on.
She is very tall though, longer face. So different looking from me. But I mean, literally, as a white woman, people have called me every white woman comedian under the sun.
Right.
After people have said that I look like Nikki Glaser. In what
You-
world?
You look nothing like
I
this
look
person.
nothing
You
like
look-
her.
This is what Catherine Ryan looks like.
What?
So, yeah. So that's my natural hair color, though. Is that like dirty blonde or whatever?
But it's not your natural face. Like
No,
this
oh
is
no,
not-
no. But it's like, all right, well, if she has the same last name as me,
Yeah.
we both begin with the letter K. And
Oh.
and so that psyched me out when I was younger because I was like, oh no, are people gonna, just confuse whatever?
Yeah.
But then you're kind of like, you know what? There's so many women that are now coming into comedy and entering comedy and taking up space in comedy that I think the looks thing we can kind of.
Yeah.
That's I
Yeah.
think it's
I think that's an older generation in comedy thing.
yeah.
Where they were more concerned about, Natasha Leggero is the one that dresses up and she has the dark
Right.
hair and the bangs.
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman, she looks like she's going to baseball practice and she
Yeah.
has a ponytail. Yeah, yeah.
I think the one thing that people don't like we don't consider about like the rise of social media within comedy is like it does take away like that fear of like being identifiable, right? Like you have
Yeah.
to have something that like, the audience or general society can like attach you to in their minds. Like social media has kind of gotten rid of that, right? Because like people follow you for you, they like you for you and the personality, they feel connected to you. The
Yeah.
following then
Mhm.
grows. It's not so much attached to you keeping up. I mean, yes, some level of a persona, sure, but it's like I think that's such an, to your point, an old world thing of like you had to have like a shtick, right?
Yeah.
To like be remembered. You have to
Yeah.
look a certain way.
It's funny because like I honestly feel like that's a problem I have. I feel like I'm too niche. I think I'm too niche. I'm a little too weird.
I disagree. I think weird is the interest. I think that's what keeps you interesting, right? Is being different. We have homogeny now with social media. Being different and standing out, I think, is a gift.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like there's something I don't. For me in particular, branding wise, I have never worried about being confused for anyone else because
What a gift.
well, okay, but I think like I don't know if that necessarily transfers to like ticket sales. I think that just means that
I think it comes with growing your audience,
Yeah.
right? I think it's like, and you're the one who always tells me this, like it's better to grow slow.
What does your audience look like?
me.
They look like you.
Yeah, they look like me. They're all people who look like me. They're all
Very LGBTQ.
Yes, I mean, like they're all people who look like they either look like me or they look like people who would be like in my high school friend group. They all look like people who would hang out together.
Gotcha.
They all look like, but yeah, no, these are all
very queer.
These are all variations on me. I would
super
say
fun.
No, they're very fun. They're like,
And they're down to play.
Here's the thing. I am very, 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 very lucky in that like my audiences are so warm. They're so nice. They're so friendly. They are really good comedy audiences.
I was nervous they were going to be down with me because I can skew a little bit darker and, actually hadn't come out yet and didn't have any gay material up there, but they were down with me. They were down to play with me.
They're really good. But it's the thing that I worry about, honestly, right now is that I worry about being too, because it's like this morning I was trying to write a joke. And the thing is like, so I had a dream last night. I had a dream last night that I was explaining to someone the fact that like humans are actually more closely related to sea stars than slugs. And the reason for that is because
this is such a you dream.
Which thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for someone to bring that up.
On it, yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, I feel like there are lots of facts like this that everyone knows. Like the whole thing, like sharks, like sharks are like older than trees, right? Or like
I just learned that. Did you just learn that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, you know sharks are older than trees?
Clearly not.
Not? No. Thank God my mushroom just kicked in. Keep going.
Well, okay. Well, the thing is, I was like, I thought most people knew that, but also the fact that like fungus, like mushrooms, are more closely related. Mushrooms are more closely related to humans than they are to plants by like a lot.
Mushrooms are more closely related to humans than plants.
Yes.
Wait, okay.
My
why?
cousin was a portobello.
And see, the problem is when I'm writing jokes, my brain doesn't go there, and like my brain, I'm just kind of like. But the thing is, I was trying to. I had a dream where I was explaining to someone that like we are more closely related to sea stars than slugs because of how we develop in utero. That like we develop our buttholes first, whereas slugs develop their mouths first. But we have that in common with sea stars, is that we both developed our anuses first, like when we are growing.
So we're like the human centipede of like the evolutionary.
Kind of.
chain,
I mean, like
right?
but it's mostly. But the thing is, I was like,
I wish I didn't know this.
Oh, you don't want to know things, Kelly?
She says to me, she goes, oh, we're going to have you on. We're going to ask you some questions about being a female in comedy. What does she do? She throws me an anus fact.
Anyway, this is why I feel like I worry about like being, because I think I look at someone like Fortune Feimster and I'm just like, okay, I could do that, but then I'm like, no, I can't do that because the problem is I'm the person telling you about my dream I had that I had to fact check because in the morning I was like, is that true?
Wait,
actually?
what part of Fortune do you want to be?
The rich part.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
The part where Fortune is rich.
Or you mean like you want like her like the kind of fan base?
Well, the fact that like people who can make a living like touring all the time, they don't have 5 jobs. People who like are like
openly queer.
Yeah, openly queer, fat, like, you know, and it's just like I look at it and I'm just like, okay, like what do I have to do in order to like have an audience that large?
Well, I'll tell you this. Fortune has been making the rounds around this country for 2 decades.
Oh, for sure.
It didn't start with what she has now.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well,
whatnot.
I figured. I
Yeah.
don't think she rolled out in utero
But
with her C-star.
If you have fans now, and this was something were we in Oxnard? Something that she was explaining was that like the people that come to see you now at this rate are going to be your fans for the rest of your life.
God, I hope so.
So like it's just gonna grow and grow, and those people are gonna come to see you every single time, especially if you do like meet and greets and like you're not a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
they're gonna show up over and over and over again because like t- I I think that in LA we get kind of lost because there's so much to do here and there's so many different things going on that when you go to freaking Grand Rapids, okay, they're like, this person I know is coming to my town.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to. We have a connection. Even if you're like, I don't remember this person at all. To them, they're like, this is somebody who gets me.
That's such a good reminder.
But that's something is like I don't view it that way at all. My constant paranoid fear is that I am just going to alienate more and more people until.
But that's your self-talk. That's not true.
Yeah,
That's
where's
like,
this coming
like
from?
I've hosted a show for you, and you had people come out excited to see you, line up at the meet
Of course.
Like, but those are
What
the
do you
poor
mean
people.
alienate? Who are you
Yeah,
fighting?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's more just like I think like
Are you trying to be in the boys club?
honestly, I don't know. That's the thing I worry about. But I think like that's the reason why I brought up my dream is that I was just like, I was like getting really like upset with myself because I was like, why am I fact checking a dream? Like no one's gonna find out if I told someone a dream fact. I'm telling myself that fact. It's
Yeah.
a dream.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's the thing is like it's hard to write jokes about that. And it's kind of so my brain is just like
Well, take the 30,000 foot view of it. It's not that. It's that like you are constantly afraid of fucking up, even in your dreams.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking true.
Like
Damn.
even in your dreams, you're
Fuck.
fact checking your dreams,
You got
bitch.
got.
Girl singing
She
from the
fucking clocked your ass.
yeah, like take the 30,000 foot view, bitch. Like
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm dizzy.
I need a juice. I'm upset.
This is so empty. Can I have the other margarita?
2 margaritas, I'm gonna clock your ass.
Yeah, actually, this isn't a podcast. This is your intervention.
Yeah.
You're too hard on yourself.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
It's
It
like
is so
literally,
true.
it's like, well, I have like a joke. I have a joke that I can't tell the story anymore because it doesn't work at the store. Okay. I have a joke that I can't tell the store anymore. It doesn't work at the store. I did it on Jonah Ray's show in Highland Park and it murdered. And I was just like, well, then what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, how do I, it's just like, it feels like I write things that are for like 40 people in glasses.
You're in a writing rut and you've been telling me this for weeks and it's not true. Like I've literally we started together. Like I have seen you in a writer's room come in, you're like, I have nothing today. And it's literally a full 5 minutes, fully baked out. And I'm like, oh, you need 2 punch-ups and a tag. Fuck you. Like, oh, this is half-baked, bitch. Like, no, like this is
Yeah, I feel like this is an internalized thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
I'm sorry.
You.
I brought you on so that I could help make me feel better.
I think there's a and this comes with finding your actual voice, but I think there's a little bit of like nervousness around being fully your authentic self because you're like,
Yeah.
will anybody relate to this?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're explaining these facts that you have and blah blah blah. Like in my head, I'm like, oh my god, my friend Hallie in Texas would love this.
Yeah.
That,
Love
like
to
we
hear.
all know people that are like this that are secretly odd.
Respectfully odd. It's why I love you.
It's relatable to think, but it's
Yeah.
why like when I first started and I moved out here, I mean, you guys would be like, I don't recognize this person on stage. I was skinny jeans, Converse, t-shirt, no makeup, hair not done. My personality was very like, I would leave the microphone in the stand and I was very stoic. Now knowing me, I am explosive. I am crazy. I am all these, and I was so scared of being that because I was like, is this relatable? I don't see women like this a lot.
Yeah.
And then once I started being my authentic self up there, that's when everything started clicking.
The problem is that my authentic self is I am an insufferable know-it-all.
Then lean in.
I'm an insufferable.
I'm sorry. Every party has this person.
Yeah.
They're the devil's advocate in every room.
Oh, I'm not the devil's advocate. I just know too many things. Listen, I will never advocate for the devil. He's fine. He doesn't need me.
But what I'm saying is there's someone in the room that always feels like they are, how do I put it? Like, overly.
The word I got before I learned to tone it down, the word I got a lot was like, you were very condescending. And I learned over time that I needed to dial it back.
Well, that's why our dynamic is so fun, because I'm constantly pushing the button, and I just to watch you kind of be like, well, no, until I can get a reaction.
I've never really condescending, but also
when I was
like,
a child.
When you were a
I'm not a child. I'm now 42.
I am not a child.
I'm not a fucking child, Kelly. I have a margarita in a can. But no, when I was a child, that was a note. That was a note I got a lot of, like, this is why you haven't been invited to this party. It's because you're very condescending and you're annoying people. Which is a good note, I think, to get as a child, so you don't do it as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think
mine was just like, you're fucking crazy.
Well, yeah. Well, like, that's fun though. That's like, it's, but
well, so you haven't been told that you're condescending as an adult.
Well,
I don't think you're condescending as an adult.
Because if you haven't, but you're holding on to this idea of what you were told as a kid, and that's not letting you be your authentic self on stage, then what?
It is. So here's the thing. I think it is and it isn't. Like, I have whole bits where I'm just like, I am basically just an insufferable know-it-all for like 10 minutes. And like, that's kind of like the whole bit.
It's fun and it works.
Is it killing?
Yes.
For my audiences, yes.
Then who gives a shit?
But I want it.
What audience, who do you want to come to the show? Who are
Kelly, I want to make more money.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's an issue of who's coming to your shows.
Yeah.
I think it's an issue of how do we get more of those types of people to your shows.
That is true, yeah.
Because I don't think who are you hoping to get? Bert Kreischer's fans?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, I'm good. I don't want
Yeah,
that. I don't want these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even so, once you get to like the point where you're doing like crazy shows like that, like you can argue, well, is that really stand up anymore? You're in an arena. Is the intimacy totally gone?
That is true.
It's,
Because I would like to get to a point where I do theaters.
Theaters is great.
That would be nice. I would like.
You could definitely get to theaters.
I would love to get to theater. I think here's the thing. I think the reason why, and I had a feeling this was going to happen. I was going to get you here and I was going to be like, hey, you want to hear all my anxieties? Here we go. Start from the beginning.
Not a problem.
Let me tell you all the things I'm worried about. In alphabetical order. But like the thing, I think like I'm 42. Which I know scared you when I told you that.
I did not think that at all.
I was there. I was there for that moment. It broke your brain.
Yeah, crazy.
Which means that like I'm not saying I'm dying, but I am saying that like I don't have 30 years to get amazing at this.
But you are already so good at it so early on.
Okay, but you know what I mean. I think like this kind of boils down to the fact that I would like to not be ripping myself at the seams, working as hard as I do, because I know that I'm going to hit 55 and my body's not going to be able to do it anymore.
Well, half of this has to do with you ripping yourself to the seams.
No.
You got to stop doing that. Because half of that is what this is.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I need you to fucking take the wins, girl, because you are up. But your brain keeps telling you you are down, and you are not.
Yeah.
Look at the Dow.
You gotta.
Like, you're doing great. You just sold a fucking book, bitch.
You also have to love I think it was, I forget who said this on a podcast. I saw it on a clip, but it is 100% true. He was talking about it. It's going to bother me that I can't remember who it was. He was talking about how you have to love every moment of this journey. So even the moments where you're not in theaters or you're not selling out a club that you want to, like, the fact that we all get to do this.
Yes.
That is true.
Is like I think about, because I did corporate before I, got
because you're a full-time stand-up now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got to, but before when I was doing a corporate job and I was also doing stand-up at the same time. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, right now, can I not afford certain things and I'm making stand-up my life and my whatever? yes, but I'd rather be doing that than have a boss. Oh my God. The fact that we don't have a boss.
That is true.
And you get to hang out with
All
your
right.
friends all day.
I do get to, I know. And I think, here's the thing. I think that my anxieties come from the fact that I look at my age and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Like this decade's going to be fine. Next decade's going to be a little harder. And then the next decade's going to be even harder. So it's like, if I'm struggling to piece together a livelihood right now, like how, I think that's the thing I worry about. It's not that it's like, how do we reach a point where this is a full-time job and not just one of 8 full-time jobs that we all have? Or is this just a problem that's not solvable for any of us?
I think that I think that you're way too young into stand-up to even be concerned about this problem. I think that there are people that have been doing it 15, 20 years.
You're right.
That still do not like. I just think that
that's a good point.
You're holding yourself to a standard that people that have been doing it for so long don't even hold themselves to.
That is a good point. Yeah.
And also it's an ever-changing scene. So the people that used to, the people that were making all their money, this is a huge thing that I'm seeing now with people, especially like paid regulars at the store, where having that credit and whatever, they were selling out clubs, and now not at all. Like they don't have the following, so the clubs are like, we're not going to book you anymore. So, and it's much harder to go into fully being a stand-up comedian, making all that money, et cetera, and then having it pulled away from you, because who the hell wants to hire any of us? Once you've been out of a job for 10 years because you've been doing stand-up, and you turn around and you go, hey, I actually would be really helpful at your company. They're like, you did what? You haven't been in an office in a decade.
Or think about it too. You've dedicated your life to just becoming a stand-up, and then now you didn't look at the social media aspect of it. You didn't look at the building the followers of it, and like having to then like relearn that skill. Like you came into it with that factory setting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like we need to have you on every 6 months just so you can yell at me. I feel like this is really helpful.
I will, honestly. I'll pay you. It's like, I'll put it in the budget, bitch, please. Because I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. She doesn't listen to me.
And also, once you make that jump or whatever, just understand that it is so difficult to go back. So like, you might be super excited. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna whatever. You are signing yourself up for a huge change in your life. Like, it is not as easy as just like, all right, I'm making a bunch of, now I'm here. Now, I mean, if it's your only source of income, health insurance, everything now is based on, can you or can you not sell tickets?
Oh, I know.
And that is that's a responsibility.
So speaking of which, just go back in time to when you first started. What was your first opening line joke you had?
My first opening line?
First or second that comes to mind. From your first 5 minutes.
I'm very excited to hear this.
This is my favorite question to ask somebody who's like,
actually, my first line, I'm not really sure. I know this joke that I did when I was 17, and I did it at Caroline's. I took a class, and I took a class with my dad. My dad also love. And,
swallow.
And that was close.
We would take the train from Connecticut into New York to do this class.
This is so funny.
And this one joke that I told was how I was 7 years old, and my parents, they got me karate classes, and part of karate was sparring. And sparring is like wrestling, pretty much. Yeah. And so at 7, they paired me up with a 14-year-old. But she had glasses, and this was the phrase I used, that were as thick as the mat we were wrestling on. Totally. So she had to take off her glasses in order to spar me, and I beat the shit out of her at 7. And all these adults were like, "Oh my God, your daughter, she's so good at sparring. Like, you got to keep doing this. And I was like, yeah, do you have any more blind kids for me?
Amazing.
And it
Amazing.
destroyed. And I just watched the tape back the other day because a friend of mine, this was back when you could get away with filming in a comedy club.
Mhm.
She had filmed it on her
Wow.
phone
Wow.
and had uploaded it to YouTube.
Yeah.
And I watched it back and I was like, I cannot believe that that was the shit I was saying at 17 years old. Like the fact, and now it makes all the sense in the world based
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
say.
yeah.
But I was like, man, like you have always
Been this person.
been this person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's so fucking cool. Because I think about now, like, so much of stand up, like you were saying, is like finding your voice and
Yeah.
like being comfortable on stage with the unknown of like letting those parts of your it out.
Yeah.
Blair Saki said this well. Like she's like, I'm a very like demure, like quiet person on stage, but then
Yeah.
like when I get on stage, it's my it. And when she said that, like I think I knew it inherently, but when she put words to it, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But you said after that, did you take a break after stand up? Like, or after 17, trying it for the first time?
I went to college
Okay.
and there I did improv
Got it.
the entire time. But then they would have like, I would do like random shows, like,
Right.
or they would have like someone come to the university and like whoever the famous person was, like I would open for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was cool.
Did you in those times in college, did you go back to that persona that you were mentioning before where you were like mics in the stand, you're very hold
Ooh,
in?
that was a weird time. That was a weird time because I in college was so insecure, like just so painfully. Oh my
Mhm.
God. I think about it sometimes and I'm like, the ways that I was insecure about myself and therefore not kind to other women really bothers me. Not in a way that
It's
was
okay, I
like,
was a cyberbully girl.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get
It,
it. I
like,
get
I
it.
What?
just-
Yo, yeah. Well, tell me.
That's
We'll
so
get
We'll
into
get
it.
into it.
but
later,
just
yeah.
like just like nasty for like no reasons
Yeah.
and like and also because I knew that I was quote unquote one of the guys,
Right.
you know, making jokes at other people's expenses. Like I think that's something. Now, to be fair, these girls were not nice. They weren't nice.
Yeah.
But I was also aware of like they're not nice, they're super skinny, they're super pretty. Okay, that's my trifecta. Now I'm gonna be an asshole to you.
Right.
Which I regret because I'm like, okay, I should have been mean to you based on the fact that you were mean,
Yeah.
not based on the fact that you had things that I wanted.
Yeah. Totally.
And so I regret that. But at the time, my material, I think, reflected that a little bit in a way that I wish I hadn't
It's part
done.
of the experience.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. It's part of the thing. But I remember there was this one time where I'm up on there and I am in these shorts, heels, like this
Shorts and heels already on stage. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy combo.
I've done that.
crazy.
Crazy
I'll
combo.
find the picture and you guys will be like, oh my God. And also, how sad is it that we can be at our thinnest and still be like, I hate this other girl because she's skinny. Like
Yeah.
I look at those pictures and I'm like, you dumb bitch. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
like hey Cal, I bet if you saw yourself now, you'd shut the fuck up. But so I'm up there and mind you,
God.
I'm at Texas Christian University,
Woof.
where is not a very accepting of the LGBT
Right,
across the board.
right.
No.
But I said, you know what? I'm going to, and everyone kind of knew me as like the one, like in friend groups and stuff, as the one out bisexual person. Like bisexuality wasn't really a thing
Yeah.
in 2021 to 2014. It hadn't hit.
Yeah.
Hadn't hit the press yet.
Yeah.
But
Hadn't hit mainstream. Yeah.
And so I decided to make a joke. I forget what the joke. No, I remember what it was. I have scoliosis and I'm bisexual, which means no part of me is straight.
Great
And
joke. Great
Thank you.
joke.
Thank you. And
That's fun.
this
Oh,
That's a winner.
dumb theater bitch, and I knew it was her. I knew it was her because whatever. I say the joke, it kills, and I'm like, oh my God, I just got away with telling a bisexual joke in front of Texas Christian University. Like,
Right,
and it is
right.
packed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like 300 people, like it's so many people, whatever. I say this one bitch, I just hear her go, ha. I turn and I go,
Nope.
you better shut the fuck up.
Period.
I
That's
say
my
that.
girl.
Literally, I get
Mhm.
off stage.
Nope.
I'm like shaking because I'm like, I cannot
Nope.
believe. I know this came from this theater section. Which one of you
Yeah, which
did
one
this?
of you cunts?
Which
Yeah.
one of you? Her friend comes up to me afterwards and is like, "Hey, she just wanted to say that like she's really sorry and she didn't mean to whatever."
Bring
And
her up.
No.
I have to tell you, I go, you are so lucky. After saying, she told me who it was. I go, you are so lucky that I didn't know it was her because I know that everyone fucking hates her. And if I knew
Period.
exactly who it was, I would have said something worse.
Ah!
And she was like, uh-huh. And I go, how dare you? I was like, do you understand to be a female comedian who is bringing up her sexuality on stage at this
Absolutely.
Texas Christian University and you're going to heckle my ass?
Yeah. Fuck you.
I was ready to light her up.
Oh,
I was
Good for you.
fuming.
Good for you.
How dare you?
Good
no.
for you.
That's
Yeah.
Good for
Oh,
you.
and you bet now. Oh, every year. Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride. I'm like, bitch, I remember.
What?
I remember your ass.
Yeah.
Did she come out?
No.
Oh.
No, just the best ally.
The best. It's always the best ally who will
Fucker.
heckle. Yeah. It'll always be the best ally who will heckle. That's
Yeah.
so funny though. When did you I know we're coming to time, but I wanted to ask you, what year in stand-up did you finally feel like you stepped in to like your voice? And who you were?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Just now when I yelled at Kristin.
No,
Right.
it's an ever-changing thing where it's like,
Okay, that's actually
you know,
nice.
when I watch a tape of myself from a year ago, I'm like, that bit is not what it is right now. Like, it's not, I'm not as comfortable. Every time you're up there, you get more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's and so you're always getting better. But I do think after I got back from being on tour with Jeselnik, it was like I had done the same. So how it kind of worked with him was he was like, I want you to do the same 30 every single time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that 30 became so sharp.
Yeah.
And so, I
Right.
mean, and when you watch him when you watch him do his stuff, it's like, okay, his wording is so specific and everything that his does, like that he does, that his bits are not as like you have to nail it.
Right.
What
Yeah.
he's saying.
Right.
Every word is so important.
He's so
Yes.
economy of words.
Yes. Yes. So that was different for me as someone who's kind of been like a fly by the seat of your pants. I do a lot of improv.
Yeah.
I do a lot of whatever in a set. So to have it as that rigid, kind of changed the way my appreciation for my own voice was, because it was like, okay, I have to stick to this, but I know that when I'm doing my own thing now, that I am way more loose
Right.
and in the moment in a
Right.
certain way. And so I think when I got back, that's where I kind of hit more of my stride, not in terms of like, getting booked necessarily, but I know that I've gotten better.
Yeah.
And the people, I will say the Comedy Store has been helpful, is being a place where I know I'm getting better
Yeah.
and the people there know that I'm getting better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if I'm not getting these miraculous opportunities at this current point in time, I know that I'm growing because my peers are seeing me grow.
Right.
Yeah.
And eventually an opportunity will come.
Yeah.
People get heat and then they lose their heat.
Yeah.
And that was a very hard lesson. Last year at the top of the year, my manager had left, and it's not, I have nothing bad to
Yeah,
say about
yeah,
these
yeah.
people, nothing, but my manager had left the agency that he was at
Yeah.
to now become another manager of mine at the same management company that my other one was already at. So then like 2 months later, that agency was like, we're cutting ties.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did I do? What did I do? And really the fact is I didn't have enough followers and it was difficult to get me booked. And
Yeah.
so I think they were like, all right, we're taking on this person that we originally didn't pick. It
Yeah.
was the other guy that had left.
Right.
And I think what like a lot of these agencies and management companies, they're relying on all of us to be really understanding.
Yeah.
But having somebody look at you and go, we don't want you anymore, and not explain why, can make you spiral like crazy.
It's like being dropped off at the pound.
Yeah, literally.
It's like when you see videos of dogs, they're like, I had a family this morning, and now I'm just in a cage.
Oh my God, that's so,
no, quite literally. It's
Yeah.
so confusing.
Yeah.
And you walk around and you're like, I'm sorry, is there a secret that everyone's saying that
Yeah.
I don't know?
Yeah.
And I, asked my man, I'm like, did I do something? And he's like, no, you didn't do anything. It's just sometimes these things happen. And I'm like, I I did something. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm asking people, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
did somebody, and it just happened to be kind of what a lot of people go through,
Yeah.
where you get this heat, everyone loves you, loves you, loves you. And then all of a sudden, something doesn't take off in the way that you thought,
Yeah.
something, whatever. And then you're stuck with just you again. But in those moments where you're kind of out of the light and where you're in the darkness is,
Mhm.
I think, where the most growth happens. So the
Yeah.
next time I have a little moment or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, I'm way more ready than I was before. Like,
Right.
there's some
That is
opportunities
true.
now where I'm like, if I had gotten that in 2023, it would have been like, I think about my JFL set and I'm like,
Mhm.
I look at it and I go, man, if you would have done that now, it would have been so much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that way. So I auditioned for Funny AF, and obviously I was not on that show. And watching that show,
not yet.
well, watching that show though, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so glad I was not on that show. I would not have been ready at all. I would have fucked that up. I would not have been ready at all. I was like, oh my God, like it was like I felt like relief, being like, you know what, that was the right choice for them to make. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Everything in divine timing, right? It's like,
I
and
agree.
even
I
when we
mean,
don't understand
It reminds me of like I found out my first agent dropped me through Deadline.
Oh
So
my
I was on vacation and someone sent me a Deadline article being like, hey, is this your agent? Because he's not an agent anymore. He's now the CEO for this other guy. And I was like, interesting. Well, I'm off to go ride a horse, I guess.
without
And
an
wait,
agent.
did you call him and be like, so
We never spoke again.
Uh,
We literally I found out I got dumped via Deadline.
Dream breakup.
we,
We never
never
speak
sp-
again.
we
We
never
never spoke
spoke
again.
again.
And I find out from Deadline.
I found out from Deadline. It was
What
like,
is this, Entourage? That's
Yeah.
insane.
I know. It was really fucked up. But I was very bummed because I was just like, you're right. No one wants me except this horse. Like it was
Yeah.
very traumatizing.
Yeah, and it's hard to not take things because
Yeah.
I think that if I were in a position of where I'm kind of like someone's waiting on my approval, I would be overly like, "Hey, I'm sorry this is happening,
Yeah.
this, and this," but that's just not the nature of
That's not
those
the nature
people.
of the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that is an important thing to note though, because I feel like we're kind of constantly trying to generate these heat moments for ourselves. And it's like when we do get it, it's like it does feel like you're the dog caught the car, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I caught the car. No, well, am I gonna drive it? I'm a dog. I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's I think like that does kind of recontextualize a lot of like, it's actually okay not to catch the car sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's Simon Gibson when I was up in Portland with him. Do you know Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But I was up there and I just gotten JFL and
Mhm.
he told me, he goes, I know that you're very excited. He goes, but this doesn't matter. And I go, yeah. And he goes, no. He goes, because I did it. He goes, I just want you to know that it might not end up mattering at all. And I was like, yeah, okay. And he was kind of right.
Yeah.
Ish. I got some things from it,
Mhm.
whatever. But I do think you always need that voice, somebody where it comes across as negative for a second,
Yeah.
but then you're like, no, you're right.
Mhm.
Like, none of this is a silver, what's the word, bullet?
Yeah.
Silver bullet anymore. Like
No.
it used to be, you could get on Carson and then bada bing, bada boom, overnight,
Yeah.
you're famous.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, we're all building a puzzle and everyone's puzzle is
Yeah.
going to look different. And, you know, some pieces are going to come from one area and then some from another.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's not as, I don't know.
It's not as clear cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be, I mean, I think that's like that for all of entertainment where the paths up used to be a lot clearer.
Yeah,
You
unless
go
you're
to
on
Harvard.
Love Island and just getting lathered up and
Yeah.
showing whole, nothing's gonna be overnight.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of one more thing.
Please.
Advice.
Say it. Say
yes,
it.
advice.
I
Say
just
it.
want
Let's-
just
we'll-
one
we'll-
just
say
one
it.
more
We're gonna
thing.
end on this. Yes.
One more
We will
thing.
end on this. I can't see the time because the camera's blocking it. But
Yeah.
Understand, and I'm not saying this is right or this is fair, but I have learned that the worst thing for a female comedian to be in comedy is known as difficult.
Ugh.
And because of that, operate with as much emotional intelligence as you can.
Mhm.
And there are going to be people that wrong you in this industry in a variety of ways. And you only get one big one.
Mhm.
And then after that, everything else, try to keep it down here. Don't make a big thing
Mhm.
about it.
Kerfuffle, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're labeled as difficult, it's worse than, well, an actual predator.
Yeah.
So. Well,
Yeah.
so just keep that in mind. But and then also like the fact that there's no HR department,
Yeah.
use that to your advantage too.
Yeah.
If some guy says something creepy to you, you could be like, you
Yeah.
are a ugly fucking cocksucker.
Yeah.
Whatever. He can't report that. What? Come on.
Yeah.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah.
There is no HR department.
I know.
He is an ugly fucking cocksucker.
He is an ugly fucking cocksucker. I can
So
say
there you
that
go.
I can say a lot about people. Well, that's been night school, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kelly, for coming.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have anything to plug?
Yes, plug.
Oh, yes. Well, Hold Your Peace, the new podcast on all things comedy with my husband, Bruce. And you can follow me at This Is Kelly Ryan, kellyryancomedy.com for shows. I think that's kind of it. Appreciate the little things in this life.
Yes.
I have to say.
I like you're
love that.
plugging a piece of advice.
I love that.
I like
Yes.
that.
That's very night school branded.
That's very cute. I like that a
love
lot.
that.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.